discuss other post-retirement employee benefits, which are also called OPEBs. So basically, what are OPEBs? Other post-retirement employee benefits are certain other benefits provided by the firms or employer to the retired workers and their designated dependents. The primary constituent of OPEB is healthcare benefit. In, in addition, company provide life insurance and in rare cases. So as we discuss, other post-retirement employee benefits are the benefits rather than pension. These are healthcare insurance. So अदर पोस्ट रिटायरमेंट बेनिफिट्स बहुत ही कम केसेस में या बहुत ही रेयर केसेस में कंपनीज प्रोवाइड करती हैं जो कि इन द फॉर्म ऑफ लाइफ इंश्योरेंस एंड हेल्थ केयर होते हैं. So these are the basic concept, the underlying economics, and therefore the accounting treatment for OPEB, which is other post-retirement employee benefits, are very similar to those for pension. Basically, they got the same rules and regulation, but they have might a little bit difference in their calculations. So OPEB costs are recognized when incurred rather than when actually paid out. Second thing, asset of the OPB plans are offset the OPEB obligation, which is also called the accumulated post-retirement benefit obligations, and the funding status is reported in the balance sheet. Other post-retirement जो है इनके जो benefits हैं are discussed or shown in balance sheet as a liability की तरह show किए जाते हैं in the form of liability and sometime in the form of asset. Some cases. Next, the net periodic other post-retirement benefit cost is charged to a period's net income exclude volatile components. Volatile components क्या होते हैं हमारी securities जो pay करते हैं हम which are in the form of security payments prior to service cost and the excess of actual return over expected return on plan asset are deferred and subsequently amortized. अब amortization is a process in accounting जिसको हम mortgage भी कहते हैं when the person take loans तो उसकी installment की form में जो हम पैसे pay करते हैं उसको amortization कहते हैं. The net income statement and balance sheet amount are reconciled by including the net deferrals for a period in other comprehensive income. नेक्स्ट हमारे पास चैलेंजेस क्या हैं OPEBs जो कि पहले मैंने बताया विच आर इन द फॉर्म रेयर केसेस में होता है तो इनको बनाने के लिए इनको स्केड्यूल करने के लिए we have to face many challenges, so we are going to discuss here what are the challenges. While other post-retirement employee benefit pose accounting challenges similar to those posed by pension, they have some challenges which are similar to pension, but there is a difference. One major difference is funding. Funding क्या होती है? Both because no legal requirement exists for OPEB, इसमें हमें legal requirement नहीं चाहिए होती. अब यहाँ पे ERISA रिसा कह लें या ERISA कह लें विच इज़ द एम्प्लॉय रिटायरमेंट इनकम सिक्योरिटी एक्ट है जो कि 1974 का एक्ट है जो कि एम्प्लॉय या किसी वर्कर के रिटायरमेंट एसेट को प्रोटेक्ट करता है. तो ये उस एक्ट के अकॉर्डिंगली इसको फंडिंग रिक्वायर नहीं होती कि आपके जो पेंशन है या आपकी पे है उसमें से ये डिडक्टेबल नहीं होते ये फंड्स other post retirement and few companies specifically fund these post retirement liabilities और ये liabilities जो हैं कुछ कंपनियां खुद से फंड करती हैं. So the major other difference is that OPEBs are often in the form of promised services such as healthcare benefits rather than monetary compensation. Accordingly, estimating these benefit obligation is especially difficult and require a set of actuarial assumptions. For example, trend in health care cost and the extent of Medicare usage affects estimate of healthcare obligations. And the next thing is reporting of post-retirement benefit. So this is a quite comprehensive procedure. So we are going to discuss here a case study of AMR, American Airlines, which have provided their schedule of other post-retirement employee benefits. So company do not report either the funding status in the balance sheet or the post-retirement benefit cost in the income statement. However, current rules specify the extensive disclosure in the footnotes. There are footnotes in the next slides, and we're going to discuss that in detail, including details about the economic and reported amount relating to the funding status and the post-retirement benefit cost, detail about the actuarial assumption and the other relevant information. So American Airlines AMR report detail for both pension and OPEBs in identical formats. So five, so these are the five main points which are discussed in reporting in any report. First is an explanation of the reported position in the balance sheet. Second, detail of net periodic benefit cost. Third, information regarding actuarial and their assumptions. Fourth, information regarding asset allocation and funding policies. And the fifth is expected future contribution and benefit payments. So the information regarding the reported amount in the balance sheet consists of two parts. There are two parts which are going balance sheet में जो हमें two parts पे इसको जो हमने differentiate किया है अपनी reporting statement को. The first is the movement in the post-retirement benefit plan, asset and obligation, and the determination of funding status. Second, how the post-retirement benefits are reported in the balance sheet, including the related to accumulated other comprehensive income. तो अब नेक्स्ट पे हमारे पास एक AMR की रिपोर्ट है 2011 टू ऑनवर्ड. तो उसमें हम डिस्कस करते हैं कि जी किस तरह रिपोर्ट किया जाता है किसी भी फुटनोट को या किसी भी बैलेंस शीट और इनकम स्टेटमेंट को. सो दिस इज द टेबल OPEB obligation and fair value of plan asset for the years ended December 31, 2011 and 2010. Statement of funding status जो कि डॉलर्स में है. So as I told you that this movement retirement benefit plans consist of two parts. The first one is the movement in the post-retirement benefit plan, asset and obligations, and determination of funding status. Second, how the post-retirement benefits are reported in the balance sheet. So in 2011, American Airlines report funding status of $9353 million, जो कि मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ 9353 लॉन्ग टर्म लाइबिलिटी है. यस यस इफ यू गो इन द लास्ट कॉलम जहाँ पे ये टोटल लिखा हुआ है इसके आप लास्ट में जाएंगे तो आपको 9353 मिलियन डॉलर जो है दिखेंगे, which is basically unfunded for its post-retirement plan. This is the exactly amount recognized in the balance sheet. यही जो मैंने आपको second point बताया था कि जी this is the exactly amount recognized in the balance sheet of which 149 million इसके ऊपर आप देखेंगे तो classified for the current liability and the remaining 9204 million is included in the long-term liabilities. If you go next, If you go next, you will see the amount of $3887 million, which is accumulated comprehensive income, जो कि negative है, where negative denotes a reduction in shareholders' equity, or which is positive 111 million accumulated prior service cost and negative 3998 million is accumulated net gain or loss. इसी लास्ट कॉलम में 2011 के में आप देखेंगे तो आपको 39887 की जो कॉस्ट है वो दिखेगी नेगेटिव में. and the beginning and ending funding status are reconciled through the explanation of changes to both obligation and the plan assets. So this is the whole footnote about the reporting. If you can go through this whole statement, pension, OPEB, so you can see the differences. If you go in the first column, pension के column में जाएं तो आपकी ये service cost, interest cost and plan amendment, 3 year services, इन सबको आप देखें increase हो रही हैं और decrease हो रही हैं. तो इनको जो है so cost, interest cost, actuarial cost, pre service cost are increased in the pension obligation 2549 million कि आप इस कॉलम में देखेंगे तो इसको increase आ रहा है. AMR contributed 646 million to the pension plan. However, 924 million of the benefits were paid out. AMR also explain how the periodic benefit cost is determined. नेक्स्ट इसकी स्पीच फुटनोट में आप देखें सर डिटेल कॉरपोरेशन के बारे में दिया हुआ है 2011 टू 2010 की परसेंटेज डिस्काउंट रेट इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज होते दिखाई दिए गए हैं 20% increase and 22% decrease. So as we discussed earlier that few companies or in very rare cases these other post retirement benefits are provided to their workers and some firms totally fund these. उसके बाद है एनालाइजिंग पोस्ट रिटायरमेंट बेनिफिट. अब analysis of post retirement benefit disclosure is an important task both because of the magnitude of the obligation and because of the complexity of the accounting. So basically OPEBs are a complex material to discuss or to implement in a balance sheet. We provide five-step procedure for analyzing post-retirement benefits. First is determine and reconcile the reported and economic benefit cost. As I told you that what is reconciliation? Reconciliation is a process जिसमें हम चेक करते हैं रिकॉर्ड्स को, फिगर्स को और कंफर्म करते हैं that account in the general ledger are consistent, accurate and complete. Third is second is make necessary adjustment to the financial statement. Third is evaluate actuarial assumption and their effects on financial statement. Fourth, examine pension risk exposure. Fifth is consider the cash flow implication of post-retirement benefits. So these are the basic 5 steps of analyzing any post-retirement benefits. So we are done with this topic. Thank you.